Hello, everyone. My name is Isaiah Reed, and today I'm going to do a little rant slash speech, whatever you want to say, about an article about my favorite topic, gaming, gaming in general. My favorite part of being a gamer is the fact that I like to enjoy the past, and I also like current games. I like current generation consoles, but nothing beats that old experience. So, I'm going to talk about a console that released when I was born, or around the time. The year March 30th, I said the year March. The year 2009, March 30th. That's when I was born. An article came out for this new console, upcoming console. It was made by a pretty well known brand. It was called the PlayStation 3. Many enthusiasts were like eager and expecting the console to drop, but when it dropped, it had a hefty price tag. It had a $600 price tag. Now, I like the PS3, but that's a little expensive in my book. PlayStation saw what they did wrong with the very expensive price tag. It makes sense. The console was great, but it was, but, but the console itself, it was a powerhouse. It was the strongest console around back then, stronger than most PCs back then. It was worth the money. But PlayStation wanted to get as many people into the gaming scene as they could. So they dropped other versions of their consoles which had price drops. And that really helped with their consumers. They had millions of people buying their new consoles because they went from a $600 console that only the true, like, really big into the gaming gamers could buy. So they dropped their console from 600 all the way down to 200. That's a pretty big price drop, and that allowed so many more people to come into the gaming scene. I consider the PS3 a big part of history, because without it, realistically, where would we be? Because the PS3 at its time, it had such a big impact. It allowed for new games to come out, it allowed for developers to come up that didn't know how to develop. It was a pretty easy console to develop on. But there are some negatives. The PS3, it was the first console to have a backwards compatibility factor with its old generation. So you could play PS2 games on a PS3. But the cheaper they released their consoles for, the cheaper versions, they took that ability away. And that kind of led many people to not buy it and try to get the expensive one. But only like the real experienced people were kind of mad about that. Everyone else, they were fine. But the reason I'm saying this is because I'm trying to imagine what the future's going to be like. We look at consoles, PCs now. Oh wow, PlayStation 5, we don't take it and we don't look like, oh dang, that's actually a powerhouse. It can do many things. But many people when they see a console, they're like, "Oh, you can just play games." No, a console is made for many people. And a console's main purpose isn't just a game on. So we take a deep dive into one of these consoles, we can see, wow, they're really strong. They have so much power. Imagine what consoles and PCs are going to look like in the future. How are we going to reflect on the past? What's going to release? That's my question. Moreover, this article is it was pretty good. I'd say the one thing wrong with it is they did they did describe things in a very opinionated way. But I'm also talking to you in a very opinionated way. I'm telling you my opinion on things. So, all in all, I consider the PlayStation 3 a big part of history. Without it, it came out around my time. Without it, we wouldn't have what we have now. So basically, don't take things for granted and enjoy what we have now, because that might improve things. We might be able to take what we have now and improve it into the future. Like, what's it going to be like in the future? Thank y'all for listening to me rant. Have a good day.